AP did a poll to see how Americans are feeling about the United States today and what it'll be like in 2050, and they tend to have a very gloomy forecast. In fact, the majority of Americans predict that things will be worse in 2050 than they are today. So let me give you some of the specific numbers. When it comes to the survey, 54% think that everything will go downhill. 23% think it will improve by 2050. Okay, only 1 in 6 white people believe that better times over the next 4 decades will occur. Okay, but minorities tend to be a little more optimistic, but they're still pretty pessimistic. The most pessimistic include middle-aged and older people, those who earn mid-level incomes, and Protestants. And Protestants are specifically worried about our declining morals.
Oh.
Okay, so let's discuss those numbers. I have more for you, but I think it's kind of fascinating to see that Americans, you know, have a very gloomy outlook. They don't think that things are going to get any better by 2050, and I'm worried that that's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We seem to have political apathy here. People sit back and they allow certain things to happen. The NSA spying on us is just one example of that. No one's really protesting that except for some independent media sources. But I don't want them to also sit back and think, things are going to keep getting worse, so we're not going to do anything about it. Yeah. You know, that worries me a little bit.
Well, to me, it's funny, the big jump that we've made since when they started doing these surveys back in the 70s, right? So back then, 1/3 of Americans didn't think women should work outside the house, and it was a big deal that the TV character Maude got an abortion. That was a big deal. So we've come a long way from that, I think. And so things have gotten better, right? It's like we've got able to cure certain kinds of cancer. AIDS, we've been able to keep that at bay. You can live now with AIDS. Got a hepatitis C cure, right,
amazing.
Since the 70s, which is amazing.
$1,000 a pill, though.
Right, boner pills, we have those. We never thought we'd have those. We got them.
Thank God for the boner pills.
The real antidepressants have changed people's lives, certainly changed my life. And we got universal health care finally. Gays can now get married in lots of places. Clean air, that's not smoggy in Los Angeles anymore. So there's a lot of good things have happened that people, but of course we still have to live in servitude to the banks as indentured servants from the time we're born to the time we die. But other than that,
everything else is
everything
wonderful.
else is peachy.
I was really optimistic up until the end there.
Yeah, up until the end. And global warming, if whatever doesn't kill us off, that will do the rest.
No, we will personally be dead before then. Our children are doomed though, so they have that to look forward to. But what I'm not surprised about in regard to this is you pointed out the people who are most pessimistic, the middle-aged, slightly more wealthy. I mean, these are the people who feel like when Barack Obama was elected, the country's being taken away from them.
Yes.
Right.
Like, how the hell could a black man be in the White House? Like, so, and by the way, those people are middle income. These are not poor people that are the most pessimistic. So it's not that they're actually saying, man, this recession is just so bad. It's this, like, the morals, it's the fabric of society, it's this bullshit, vague, ethereal stuff that they think is being taken from them.
It's the sense that conservatives have had since there were conservatives, that the things that they know and can control are slipping away from them. They no longer have control over their lives. They don't have control over how their children's lives are going to be. They don't know what it is. Everything seems, the things you hold on to, they hold on to so tight, are slipping away because globalization is here, because it's easy to communicate with the rest of the world, because people from faraway lands can come here and live here, and funny looking people are getting elected to Congress and to the White House. And as conservatives have always felt like, keep what you have, keep what you have. That's literally why they don't want to pay taxes. Keep what you have. And this is, so like when 70-year-old Peggy Trusty of Rockville, Maryland, the retired software designer and grandmother of 5, I worry about the lowering of morals and the corruption and the confusion that's just raining down on them.
Yes.
But I mean,
it's always
right. 50 years ago, here's what a 74-year-old grandmother would have said. I worry about the lowering of morals and the corruption and all the changes that are raining down on my
kids today with the hair and the clothes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there is this fear of progress or fear of change, and you see it today. But what I love about it is all of a sudden you're seeing this rejection of religion dictating our so-called morals, right? So in the last election, in 2012, things changed. I mean, I noticed that there was this rejection among millennials especially of the idea that you have to live a conservative lifestyle, that we're going to talk about this later, but abortion, unfortunately, and reproductive rights did suffer tremendously in the last election, but it also really hurt the Republican Party. Anyone who came out against gay rights, they got hurt. So conservative values are kind of starting to, fall out of favor from a lot of American voters, and I love that, which is why now you're also seeing the emergence of libertarians, because they're considered socially liberal, fiscally conservative, but
I don't know that we're seeing the emergence. I don't know. I really, when I say I don't know.
Certainly more now than ever before, and I know that it's not a big deal right now, but I still see it as significant. Among my peers, I think that there's a lot more. There are favorable views of a third party, and it's not necessarily just libertarians. I think people are really tired of the way politics is working right now, especially with Republicans.
I would say, again, I think that's something that's always out there. I think that you have people who are of a certain age range and are interested in politics in some level but don't follow it day to day a ton. The idea of a third party like fixing everything always seems like a great idea. And of course, just the very idea that a third party could do anything at all requires a certain lack of knowledge about the way our electoral system works. But it is certainly appealing. And we do hear a lot because of Ron Paul and everything about the college age libertarian. So it does seem to be like a big thing. But you mentioned this really fast.
I believe there is a 0% higher number of libertarians than there were 40 years ago.
I think you're wrong.
Among my peers,
I would agree with that.
They just get covered more. I don't even, the guy ran for president. Sorry, go ahead.
No, she was talking about her peers. Among my peers, which is, stoners and nightclub dick joke artists, I don't know.
A lot of crossover in that group.
A lot of crossover. We're not really up on the things that we're talking about. My peers. No, you know what he would say that the Republicans would say is that they don't stop history. They're not against the progress of history. They stand against the progress of history and bad ideas and say stop. Except that all those things that they try to say stop to turn out to be great ideas. Like the New Deal and Social Security and Medicare and unions and a woman's right to choose and a 40-hour work week. All these things and environmental control. So that's when they say that we stay, because they love to say that. Conservatives,
integration.
Integration, right. Sure, all the rights, the civil rights. So they stand up against all great ideas too. They stand up against everything and say stop. Not just bad ideas, lots of great ideas too.
Yeah, they don't believe in let's throw out a lot of ideas, see what sticks. They're like, nothing should stick.
Let's do nothing.
Let's do nothing.
Yes.
Let's leave it as what I mostly liked about this story, made me laugh right at the beginning when you started reading it, because it's Americans' forecast downhill slide to 2050, and then I imagined one of the LA weather forecasters doing this forecast, standing up in front of the big board, 54% of Americans are saying that things are going to go downhill. Your weekend, 23% think your weekend is about to improve.